No, it's not good at all, Bish. I'm sorry, mate. I wish I could say better. Should you lift like the pros? That's what we're going to go over today. So I'm literally going to just scroll through some random videos and I'll watch some people lift. You're going to see it on screen as well. I'm going to tell you if they're shit or they're decent. So we're going to start with this. I'm on Tom Stault now. He's licking his YouTube plaque for 100,000 subscribers. Well done, Tom. Right, 200 for 3-1 motions. So look at this. So Tom's an amazing stone lifter, so I'm assuming this is going to be good. So stands over the stone. It's a nice straight pickup. Yeah. Yeah, great technique. Tom's obviously class at stones. You'll notice that as he steps over the stone, his midfoot or his shoelace, where the point of the foot that you'd put over the barbell when you deadlift, he makes sure that's in the center of the stone, the biggest diameter of the stone, so it's in the middle, and he picks the stone up vertically. He's perfectly in the center with his hands. There's no forward or backwards momentum of the stone when he laps it. And something to note is on a one motion, you want to make sure you pull it high into the chest so that when you go into extension, the stone goes high enough. And you can see here that Tom gets it right on top of his belly. He's not rowing it into his hip. When you actually lap and load a stone, you want to roll it into your hip a little bit. But when you one motion, even though it's less powerful, you're trading that off for the speed. So yeah, Tom's technique there is absolutely spot on. Bit of a legend, really. Second biggest log, 200 for 2. This is a good log. Look at this. So clean, flat feet on the clean, which isn't great. Lovely dip though. It wasn't that good actually. It was a bit strict pressy. So Tom's issue here is on the clean, he's got flat feet. He's not going into ankle extension. I spoke about that on my little log video that I've done on lap and clean. Check it out. But his lap is a nice lap, clean. The thing is though, even though he's not getting the proper ankle extension on the clean, he's still very powerful. You'll notice that Luke Staultman does that as well. Luke Staultman's got an amazing log clean, very powerful, but he doesn't get the ankle extension. But at the end of the day, if you don't need it, well, what are you going to do? You'll notice on his push press though here, he doesn't go through the log. He pushes the log up and then he gets his head under quickly, which is bad. If Tom were to sort his technique out here, I'd honestly think he'd be able to add 5, 10, 15 kilo to his log. He's not putting enough power through the log. He's putting his leg drive into the log and he's getting his head through so that he's in this 90-90 position here, which is the weakest joint angle to lock out. He's still pressing it out though, so he's obviously amazingly strong. But just because you're strong don't mean you do shit perfect. I think we'll have a look at Mr. Shaw's strength, eh? He's been doing a bit of a cut recently. If you follow his YouTube, he lost about 17 kilos of muscle on his DEXA scan recently. Successful cut, really easy. Not the greatest technique, to be honest, but the platforms are low and he's trying to go fast on purpose, so that's probably why. I'm assuming he's going to lap and load this one. Yeah, he's lapping this one. Arms around the stone. Yeah, again, if you see that stone there, guys, he didn't pull the stone in properly, so as he started extending, there was the space between him and the stone, so it actually moved. He probably won't make that mistake on this one. I imagine he'll correct it. Oh no, he made the mistake. Oh, he nearly failed it because of the mistake. Well, there you go. Even big Brian Shaw makes some mistakes on stones. I know he's not at his strongest at the moment, but we're going to play this video again and go through it because these one motions are pretty shoddy. Like, you notice that Tom Staultman was pulling him high into his chest, whereas Brian's is like his belly button. It's not quite high enough, and this is why he nearly cocks up this stone. He actually tried to one motion that, but it slipped. This one here, he laps it, and then he doesn't pull it quite in far enough. So as he extends, the stone slips down an inch, and he managed to do it because he was strong enough. But this next stone, it slips and nearly punishes him for it because he nearly misses it. He doesn't pull it in far enough here. He extends and it slips down too low into his hip. He nearly lost his grip on it. Sin Shaw do better stone runs than that. Right, so we're on Mr. Hicksy now. Recently coming back from bicep injury. Have a quick look at these safety bar squats. I know Hicksy loves his SSB squats. This is 360 for 2 on the Watson SSB bar. You notice Hicksy, I get asked about Hicksy a lot. When he dips into his SSB squat, he actually breaks at the hip first and goes into like a hinge position. And he doesn't really treat it like a normal back squat. And a lot of people ask me, is this how you do a safety bar squat like Hicksy? He's quite well known for his safety bar squats. The thing with the safety bar squat is you can use it two ways. You can use it as a squat assistance or you can use it as what I call this kind of like deadlift, mong back strongman assistance, and Hicksy uses it for the latter. He hinges on purpose. It's going to have a great carryover to his posterior chain for his deadlifts, for stone loads, etc. It's probably one of the more sensible ways to do the SSB squat if you are a strongman, but it's worth noting that if your goal is to get a bigger squat, then you don't want to squat like this on the SSB bar. You want to try and maintain an upright torso and replicate the position you'll be in on a straight bar. Now, log volume here, 130 for 5. Obviously, Hicksy is awesome at the log. Something I always tell him about is he doesn't extend on them ankles, which again, I mentioned about Luke Staultman and Tom Staultman not doing that. But Luke and Tom don't get punished for it. You know, they haven't got to the point where they're failing cleans at that top end position. Hicksy always struggles with the clean when he gets to like the 220 range, and I really believe if he were to learn to extend through his ankle, he'd be able to iron that out. But what do I know? 210 incline bench, thumbless on an axle. Paused as well. Jesus, he's a fucking savage. Now, not bad to say there. Mr. Larry Wheels and your friend who popped his pec off, you should take some advice off Hicks on how to incline, because that was lovely. Who else can we critique? How about we go to Larry? We'll go to Mr. Wheel. So 180 AMRAP on the incline bench. It's going to look a bit different to the Hicksy one I just watched. Yeah, but me, I thought I had bad bench reps. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the thing with this is, I understand repping like this. Trust me, I get it. I do it myself. But there's a point where, when I rep a bench or something, I'll make sure I go past my sticking point before I come back down on the eccentric. And Larry's first like 10 reps there, you know, he didn't even get close to his sticking point. So to me, if you're a strength athlete, I understand doing these little half reps where you don't lock out, but you have to go past your sticking point, or else you're not really getting the benefit and adaptation that you're after, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, log lift. This is actually really good. Oh, on the sandbag, I want to go over this. I've seen this before. So Larry's log, his push press mechanics, I don't know if he's been working on this in the background, but I noticed this when I watched this video. It's only a 150 log. His ankle extension on the clean, again, is minimal. It's pretty terrible. He also lifts in flats, and he gets restricted by his ankle mobility on the log. Really wish I could coach Larry log, because I'd fucking get that guy to log something mad. Because he's restricted through ankle mobility. On the clean, he doesn't get in the best position, and he's also slightly restricted on his dip, but he does maintain a really nice vertical torso, and he's got a great transfer of power into the log. If you compare this to Tom Staultman's earlier, Tom puts his power into the log, and it doesn't continually flow through to lockout from the leg drive, whereas Larry's does. Even though he also doesn't extend onto his ankles on the push press, he is going through the log still and getting some great power transfer. So there are a lot of things wrong there, but overall, that's one of the best technical logs I've seen Larry do. And yeah, I think it looks like he's been working on it. I don't know, maybe he has. This 145 sandbag, this was really impressive to me as well. And I've rarely seen this technique used, so I was really impressed that Larry was able to do it. I suggest you check this out. If you've ever got a shoulder or heavy sandbag, really unique way of shouldering it. So Larry laps the sandbag horizontally, and then once he's in the lap position here, he takes his right arm over the sandbag and puts his left arm under. And not only does he extend up with his hips, but he rotates the sandbag at the same time. Load of good proprioception going on there, load of good skill. I enjoyed this. I watched this a few times actually the other day, because I was like, that's interesting. I've never seen somebody do that so smooth. Really good. I enjoyed that video. Go through here. So log press here. Let's have a quick look at this log. Yeah, 153 for 3x3. So nice lap. Good powerful clean. Dip is not great. Back's hyperextended. Yeah, this isn't good at all. This is one of the big problems with Bish's log. I've seen this for years. Basically, this is how not to dip on a log, unfortunately, for Bish. So he's dipping through just pure ankle flexion. His torso is not neutral. It is hyperextended in the dip position. He almost looks like, if you were to look at him from the side, when he dips, he's like this. So his shoulders are here, his hips are here, and his knees are there, and then his feet. He's like a big banana from the side. There's no perfect vertical momentum with the log. The power leakage is high. The clean's good. I would say the rack position as well isn't optimal, to be honest with you. Probably could do with creating a better shelf. His elbows are down here instead of up, spreading the anterior delt. And he's got big delts as well. He should have a great shelf. But that dip really, if you slow it down, he's losing probably 20-30%. So look at his feet as well. He's getting good ankle extension on the drive, but the problem with ankle extension is it kind of relates to how much you open up the hip. And Bish's hip isn't opening up, it's going forward. So there's a lot of things you could work on there. Not that he's going to listen to me, because who the fuck am I? But still, it ain't the best, let's be honest. 345 squatting sleeves from Bish. So look at this. Lovely squat. Not much to say there, to be honest. Very strong in just sleeves, Jesus. What else we got, Bish Grant? Another log. Let's have a look at this. So this is 3x5 at 143. Let's have a look at this. Good clean again. Dip's the same. It's just not really the best. Oh, no, it's not good at all, Bish. I'm sorry, mate. I wish I could say better. A lot of power leakage, yeah, and this is the problem. Like people come to me all the time and go, Shane, what assistance exercises do I need for my log? My log, this. What's best for lockout on log? Learn to log first, okay? Assistance exercises can only be added on top of efficient form and position. They can't fix inefficient form, no matter what you do. You could have the strongest triceps in the world. If your form's not there, your form's not there. Morning pressing session against bands. Yeah, this is the thing. You can add all the bands and stuff you want, but if you don't fix that dip, then it's just not going to carry through. And you can actually, these bands actually highlight the issue. It's quite interesting, this video, because you can see that he chucks the log and there's a split second where it stays still. It's only like a little split second, but you've got a good coach's eye. You can see it where the leg drive and then the tricep, the leg drive and then the tricep. There's this transition. It should be fluid. You shouldn't be able to tell when the leg drive stops and when the triceps start. It should just be straight through. What else has he got here? Dumbbell press. Have a look at this dumbbell press. 80 kilo circus. Mr. Bish, your dip needs work, my friend. I'm sorry. He's got a bad habit of that. Mr. Bish. Wish I could help people like this. The dip is not deep enough. There's no opening of the hip. The knee is just tracking over the toe. The torso is staying vertical, and he has lent to the opposite side to counterbalance the weight, which is great. Oh, that dip was better. That was a good one. Oh, his last rep was really good. That got better. I'll give you that one, Bish. This first one, though, that's just, yeah. You see, with a dumbbell, it's all about the leg drive. It doesn't even matter how strong your shoulders are. And this dumbbell should be a lot faster for Bish. There's a lot of tricep going on there, which is great because it shows he's strong. But from an efficiency standpoint, I think that could be a little better. His dip definitely improved over time, though. This is only January as well. I'm not sure if he's maybe only just started his training for it, and maybe it's a lot better now. But that dip does need work. There's a consistent trend there with Bish as well, that his dip's not great on the log and the dumbbell. The final one we'll do, just the man, the myth, the legend, the strict press god, the king, Iron Bibi. 400 plus pounds, feeling like 200 pounds. I love Iron Bibi, man. He's absolutely mad, isn't he? So he's clean. He's mad, isn't he? So Bibi, head back, elbows down, wrist facing the ceiling. Great strict press position. You can tell he's tight through his upper back. Lovely. You can tell this man has just strict pressed a lot, because he has a funky shirt though, Bibi. I'll give you that. But he has a 265 seated press. What the fuck? I didn't even know they'd done this lift. 265 seated press. That's mad. This man, Jesus Christ, what can you say? The thing is, people watch that video, oh, he didn't touch his chest, oh, his ass lifted off the bench. Fuck off, it's 265, the man's mad. Yeah, he does, this is the thing, see the head back cue, it's really good, and people don't realise how much it can add to your press. That's another thing Bish was doing, he was popping his head through too quick. If Bish sorted his dip and kept his head back, I guarantee you that would change his life. 260 standing strict press. What the hell, how have I not seen this? And give that a like. So this is 260 out the rack. I'm assuming he's going to walk it out as well. But I'm pretty sure that this is about 10 kilo lighter than the heaviest ever split jerk. I used a bit of legs. Kind of Bish leg drive there. And then he just re-racks it. That's class. I can't believe I've not seen that video before, Joe Sco. That is mad. So, not much to say there, to be honest, apart from I wish I had Iron Bibby's triceps. You see, this is another example of he's keeping his head back, he's half repping him, but he's going through his sticking point. Unlike Wheels, who was pressing to his eyeballs and back down, Bibby is pressing through his sticking point. So to me, it's some true reps of that. Although some people will be like, I only did one real rep. But you're just a dick. That was crazy. I think Iron Bibby definitely is going to strict press the heaviest weight ever put overhead at some point. Like, who does this? 170 for 13, just stood there for the crack. Like, and even, look at him, he's opening his hands at the top of the rep because the barbell's leaving his palm. That's mad. And the eccentric strength to just bring it down and just place it in the rack like it's 60 kilo. Fuck me, the guy's an animal. Anyway, that's enough reviewing random videos. If you enjoyed it, let me know and I'll review some other people's videos. Send some videos in for me to critique some form. I don't care who they are. I'll just say it how it is. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. And don't take offence to anything that I say. I'm just a random idiot on the internet. But there are some things that I will say that will hold true. Like, Bish, sort your dip, keep your head back, okay? Trust me. And you can thank me when you put 10, 15 kilo on your log. MSTbot is the best online strongman program you will find. Not only do we include all the static lifts like your deadlifts, your log, by the way, guaranteed PB after 8 weeks if you run the MSTbot. The first 8 weeks you'll log PB. I guarantee it. Money back, I swear down. You've got nothing to lose, so just click the link below, get your first 4 weeks free, and welcome to the future of strongman programming.